Good morning everyone and welcome to Let's Shop Cake Live. Don't faint, it's 10 o'clock and I'm on time, which doesn't normally happen, but I am here. So welcome to Let's Shop Cake Live. If you've not seen us here before, my name's Tracey Mann from Tracey Mann Cakes, and I'm here today to show you some bits and pieces to help along with your Christmas creations. So we are now moving into Christmas. We can't really do much more on Halloween because I'm afraid there's not enough delivery time now to get your Halloween stuff to you. If you still want to carry on ordering Halloween, that's entirely up to you, but now I don't think we're going to be able to get it through the post fast enough because it's Tuesday Halloween. It's come round very, very quickly, and so of course we're looking ahead now and we know what's around the corner. We are allowed to say that word now. It's Christmas. So we are now getting ready to have a look at some of the Christmas stuff that we've got coming up. So I'm going to run through this morning a few new bits and pieces. Always nice to have something new, but also adapt what we've already got already from previous years. So hopefully there will be something in there for you to be able to make some really fabulous Christmas things this year. So I've got a few bits and pieces to run through as well, some new dates and things that you might want to take a note of when I'm doing lives, etc. But hopefully there will be something in there of interest for all of you. We've had a very, very busy week. I did do a live on Tuesday evening, which I'll talk about a little bit later on, which seems to have inspired a lot of you to actually start having a go at cake painting. So I'm going to go through a few more bits and pieces with that and talk about my cake school and how you can get involved. And of course we have the imminent, it's literally in distance now, Cake International, which is the big show in Birmingham, where we are going to be there from the Friday to the Sunday. Well, I'll be there on Thursday because we have a setup day, and that is something that runs all weekend. So if you can make it to that, brilliant. But if not, I think I've got you covered. I think I've got enough information here so you don't feel left out. But if you are coming, I'm on stand E23. So do pop over and say hello to me. I'll be more than happy to see you. If I look blank, because people come up to me and go, Tracey, and I go, oh my goodness. And then they say their names and then I know who you are. I've got a pretty good hold on names, so yeah, do come up and introduce yourself. I'll be more than happy to have a little chat with you, and we take lots of nice photos and come and do some cake painting with us. So we'll have Kelly with me and also Charlotte as well, my two daughters, so we'll be there all weekend. Kelly is coming on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Charlotte will be there Saturday and Sunday, so it's a family affair. So we will be there all weekend. They'll be keeping me in line, not the other way round. It's normally that by the time they've got older now, so that's what will be happening that weekend. So not long to go now, so hopefully we'll see some of you there. Do put in the comments if you are coming. So we are live, of course, so if you do want to ask questions while I'm live, I'll do the best I can to answer them within reason. If it's something specific for you, so if it's specifically something that you want to ask, then do please go to the website and send us an email that way, rather than me trying to answer it on live. So if you're sending me a question that I can't log in or something like that, please just email me that separate, and then I can look at that, because I can't do much about it when I'm on the live, unfortunately. I can answer questions about things like what sugar paste did you just use. I can do those ones, but it gets complicated after that. So I've got my notes in front of me, because obviously I can't remember a thing these days, so I've got everything written down so I can go through exactly what we've got coming up for you in the next few days. What did we start with? So this week we did, or I say we, me, what did I do with it? There it is. We did a live. We did a live on the reindeer. I'm going to put it up there so you can see him. There he is. Let's put my camera down a little bit. You'll be able to see him. There he goes. Right, so on Tuesday we had a live where we did reindeer painting. So this has been one of the most loveliest cutters that we discovered, or definitely I discovered, from Marion Frost, so Patchwork Cutters. And I painted it last year, and this year, because I haven't done it, I thought, well, I will do it on Tuesday evening, and we did it as a beginner's introduction to cocoa butter painting, and we had absolutely loads and loads of people tuned in to watch it, which was really encouraging actually. And since then we've had loads of people who have joined the school, thank you very much, and also those who have purchased cake painting kits ready to have a go at it. So we've done hopefully a very inspiring live that's given you the opportunity to see what's possible, because obviously one of the things people think is they can't paint, but I don't think it's any different from people saying they can't airbrush or do anything else. Once they've had a few lessons, you'll be up and running, so don't worry about that. Now, if you missed it, it is available on my YouTube channel. You need to go into the live section and you will find it on there. So my YouTube channel is coming up on the screen now. So that's at Tracey Mann Cakes, which is pretty much everything I do is at Tracey Mann Cakes, apart from Let's Shop Cake Live. So you will find it on there and you will see the full tutorial on there. Now, we've obviously got the reindeer cutter available on Let's Shop Cake Live. We're going to be taking a couple of blank ones of these to Cake International, and Kelly will be sitting there painting them during the day. But we are encouraging you to come and join our stand and have a go at painting. So we're going to be doing little discs that you will be able to come along and paint. We are limiting it to one per person, otherwise I think someone will be there all day. So you'll be able to come and sit and paint one of these discs and take it away with you. We want to put a paintbrush in your hand and show you just how straightforward and easy this is to do. There we go, so that gives you my stand number on there. Now, for those of you that aren't going to be at Cake International, I'm going to be doing a live on this, so I will be repeating this on the 14th of November at 7 o'clock. So we have an event up, which is now listed on Tracey's Cakes. So if you do want to join that, again, just do the usual. When you see my event posts come up, if you just click going or interested, Facebook will remind you. There's an awful lot of information on Facebook and Instagram and all these things. So sometimes if I see something I think, oh yeah, I'd be interested in that, then I just normally click going or interested, and then as it gets nearer the time, Facebook will send me a notification saying, don't forget this live is on, and then you won't miss out. So it's always a good idea if you fancy watching something just to click going or interested. So this live will be on the 14th of November at 7 o'clock in the evening, and I'll be painting these toppers here with a few patchwork cutters. So it will be sort of a follow-up really to this one, which is the one I've just done, obviously. So it's an extension of that. So this one's very nice for a cake. The other ones will be for cake toppers for Christmas. So lots of different ideas in there for beginners. So if you are someone who hasn't done any cake painting before, then hopefully you will benefit from that particular live. And of course, if you then get very inspired, you know me, I've got stuff waiting for you in the background. There is the new beginners cake painting course as well, which seems to be going down very well as well. We've got lots of people that have joined the beginners cake painting challenge. So we've got the opportunity to paint 4 really lovely pictures. Let me show you what they are before Christmas. Now, these are not patchwork cutters. I keep being asked, are they patchwork cutters? No, they're not patchwork cutters. They are 4 images that you can paint on my online cake school. Let me put the address up there for you so we know where we are here. There we are. And you can join that class. Either purchase the class for £30, it's on offer at the moment, it's normally £40, or you can join as a monthly member and have access to that and many more other classes. So you might want to do that instead. There's lots of different options on my school. You say you can buy a class or join as a monthly member. And obviously as a monthly member, you've got access to everything until you stop paying. And then obviously you don't have access to anything. Whereas if you buy it, you get to keep it. So it's entirely up to you really. But with this particular course, we have released a kit which goes with it. So the idea being is that you literally get your kit, you open the box, everything is there that you need in order to be able to do that course and more. So always with these kits, you know, sometimes when you buy a kit and you make it up and everything is gone, this kit will set you up to do cake painting. So if you keep it all together, which is what I strongly advise, don't let anyone else touch the paintbrushes, and your metal paint palette and your cocoa butter and your colours, keep those all together, then you will find that you will use that kit repeatedly. The only thing you'll then need to add much further down the line will be some extra cocoa butter, but dusting colours as well, and they're not too expensive. They're about £2.50 roughly, and you'll just add in extra colours as you go. So if you start a project and you're missing a colour, £2.50, something along those lines. And we have really good value membership on our site. We are a cake painting focused site, although we do have cupcake bouquets and we do have lots of beginners, royal icing, all those kinds of things as well. So there are different options on my site as well. But our most expensive membership is £12.50 a month, which gives you access to absolutely everything that I do. And also we have a cheaper membership at £6.75, which is the beginners cake painting, which gives you access to certain beginners cake painting courses. So The world is your oyster. I've got it all there for you. There are about 80 painting courses on there now. We are the only school that has this number of painting things on there. And once you get involved, you will love it. It's such a nice thing to do, especially now, because tomorrow, was it tonight? The clocks are going back, so you know what's coming. It's going to be long evenings. Long evenings equals cake painting as far as I'm concerned. So you will now have the opportunity to sit back and do a bit of cake painting and go, yes, actually, this is very nice. So if you do want to get involved, then do go and have a look at the school. It's up there on the screen at the moment, or go back and watch the live that I did on Tuesday evening, because you will love it. It's so nice to watch. It's just nice to watch the whole thing coming together. Or join me at Cake International. Come and sit down and paint yourself a cake topper and see how you get on. See if you enjoy it or not, and then take it away with you as a little memento, and then you can show everybody what you've done there. Well, I believe you can do cake painting. That's the idea anyway. But we want to put paintbrushes in people's hands, so you actually give it a go, because sometimes it's nice to sit and watch, but actually a lot of people sit and watch and go, oh, I couldn't do that. Well, I'm going to challenge you and tell you, yes, you can. I'm going to get you to do it. If you are successful and you've done all 4 of our cake paints for our Christmas project, we do have a certificate as well. So we keep you motivated. We've got lots of certificates on our cake school. So if you feel like you need a bit of a push, we can pull you along. So in a nice way, not why haven't you done this? More like, come on then, let's have a go and do a certificate in a much nicer way. So you have the opportunity to do those as well, and they are very popular. People do love a good certificate. Why not, eh? So also this week I did a live on my gold members. So these are the people that pay £12.50 a month. So I did a live this week on their group. So they have their own separate Facebook group from everybody else. And I did a live on there this week, and the big message that I got coming out of this live was they're all desperate to do royal icing again. I love royal icing. I have a few passions in life. One of them is definitely cake painting. The other one is royal icing. It's one of my most favourite things to do. It is that classic vintage scrolls, extension work, collars. Oh, it's just lovely. You don't see a huge amount of it around these days, but it is something that I absolutely love to teach. And having chatted to my gold members, we are going to be doing a live with them specifically. We're calling it a pipe along. It's not paint along, it's pipe along. We're doing a pipe along session with our gold members. So if you think this is something that you would really like to get involved in January and join the royal icing train, then do feel free to join the membership in the school, which would be gold membership for that particular project, because they will be getting a live and we'll be doing it together, which is a very nice thing to do. It's much nicer to pipe along together than it is to do it on your own, because then I can talk you through it as we go. So the gold members will be having a live then. So if that applies to you, super duper, I will see you there. If it doesn't and you want to join, then do please go to the school and have a look and join as a gold member. It's a really lovely group, very, very lovely group. They're all absolutely lovely. Now I've got one more live coming up on, let's have a look, 8:30 in the morning. Who put that down? That must have been me in a dream. Let's say 8:30 to 9 o'clock in the morning at Cake International. I think it probably will have to be 8:30 on the Sunday, and I'm going to be doing a little tour around the competition area. Of course I will be all over the hand painted section. I will not be able to get there fast enough, but I will be going around doing a Facebook live, and we'll have a look at some of the entries for Cake International. So if you can't get there and you really, really want to have a look at the competition stuff, I won't be able to show you it all because there's thousands of entries. But normally what I do is I walk around and go, oh, that's nice, that's nice. Oh, what did that one get? And that kind of thing. So if that interests you, again, there is another post up on my Facebook page at Tracey Mann Cakes. You'll see an event post up there. Click going or interested, and then Facebook will remind you. And then when it's live, you'll be able to see it. With all of these anyway, even this one, for example, if you miss it, some people join and go, oh, I missed it, then you can watch them back. So once the live is complete, when the live's running, obviously you can't go backwards. When it's finished, you can go back and watch them. So I know lots of people, sometimes work on Saturday morning, so they watch this in the evening, or Sunday morning, perhaps, it's better than Sunday telly, isn't it? Quite honestly, Sunday television or television full stop is rubbish. So hopefully I'm doing a better, more informative job than some of the rubbish that's on telly. But it gives you an option to watch at another time. So do feel free to always watch our lives back at different times, including the reindeer, for example, and any of the other lives that I've talked about. But if you do want to join the Gold membership group and you'd like to get involved in some of the other lives that we have on there, we do Q&A as well. So they've always got questions. I'm really happy to help. And I do want to make that sort of quite a broad statement as well, is, you know, as much as I'm teaching cake painting, the Gold members do use their group for other things. So if they're doing a project they're stuck with, I will do everything I can to help them or point them in the right direction. It's a very kind of what can I do to help you type group, which is really nice. It's a very nice supportive group. They're all lovely, and some of them are on here and they're all just lovely. So there we go. So we've got quite a lot going on, and then on top of all of that, we have got all our new Christmas classes that are coming out, and most of them are behind me, I think. There we go. So we've got the winter scene, and we've got the blue tip there, we've got the train, and we've got the 2-tier semi-naked cake with the deers on it, and then on top of that, obviously, we have got the 4 Christmas cake paints, and we've got Christmas cupcakes coming out. So there is a huge amount of information that's going to be onto the site from next week. So if you do want to get involved, then do please let me know. I've had a few people asking particularly about the winter scene, which is this one here. I'm a beginner, can I do it? I've said to them all, please try and do just one of the beginners classes first, just so you kind of understand cocoa butter painting, because once you've understood it, then everything else will be straightforward. It's then about perspective and shading and things like that. Once we grasped how to use the materials, then we're up and running. So if you do want to join me for anything, the Cake School address is there. And if you've got any questions about the Cake School, we did have lots of new members last week. Please just ask. I'm more than happy to help you. If you join for 1 month, you can stay as long as you want. You can leave whenever you want. You can leave and come back. You can join for a year. It's entirely up to you. It's completely flexible. There's no contract with this. You control it completely. So you can come and go as you please. So if you enjoy it, you'll stay. If you want to, I don't know, go away for 3 months on holiday and come back again, we all like to have a 3-month holiday, you can do that as well. I'm just going to show you these cake toppers that I've got down as a live, because these are ones that I did. Let me just open these boxes. Hold on, just organise myself here. There we go. So I've got a better view here of what we had before. So these are the ones that we're going to be doing on the live on the 14th of November at 7 o'clock. This will be on at Tracey Mann Cake. So it won't be on this site, but I will put an event post up on here so you'll be able to see it. And then we'll get you painting. I think the idea is with these is to put a paintbrush in your hand and get you going so that we know what we're doing. This one is called Cute Characters, and it's a patchwork cutter. Now it is on Let's Shop Cake Live website. You will be able to find it on there. So do go over and have a look, and you will find the cutters on there. Anybody who wants to order, I'm going to just go through a few things about the NEC before I move on to anything else. So for Cake International, you can pre-order. So if you want to have a kit or cookie cutters or Christmas cutters or anything else that you particularly want from us, you can pre-order before I get there, but you have to have done it by Tuesday, because we are already descending into chaos, because once we start pulling out all the display stuff that we've got to take with us, the whole unit goes to pot. So it's why I have to do a live today, because I need to recover the following week, because it is now about to turn into chaos. When we go to Cake International, we will not be taking loads and loads of products with us. We will be taking a very, very small amount of stuff with us, which will be cocoa butter and kits. That's it. So if you do want anything specific, so if you get there and go, oh, Tracey's here, I really wanted the Christmas tree mould, you have to pre-order it before you come to the cake show. So place your order online, pay your postage, drop me an email and say, Tracey, I'm coming to the cake show on Sunday. Please, can I pick up my stuff? Yes, we will organise that for you. Put it in a bag. Just come to the stand, say who you are, and we will give you your bag of stuff. So you can have everything ready there to collect. So just bear that in mind if you are coming to the cake show. Make sure that you pre-order if you want things like cookie cutters, dusting colours, piping nozzles, Christmas bags. I mean, I'm looking around the unit, transfer sheets. I mean, there's stuff everywhere. So moulds, any moulds of any description, then do please remember to pre-order so that we can get that stuff ready for you. We normally have a whole section of collections of people coming to pick stuff up. I'm more than happy to do it for you, but please just give us a notice. So by Tuesday at the very latest, we'll be taking orders for Cake International, and then once that's passed, that is it. Otherwise, as I say, I won't be able to actually find your stuff. You'll be telling me what you want and I'll be going, well, I have absolutely no idea where that is. It's buried in here somewhere. So yeah, we won't be doing that. So you've got up until that point to do it. So please make sure that if you are doing any orders, you do that before then. Right, so Christmas is upon us, so I thought we'd have a little look at a few Christmassy bits and pieces today. So we'll go back to Let's Shop. So we've done the cake school. So remember, the cake school is where all the classes are and all the products are on Let's Shop Cake Live. So that's where you'll find everything in terms of the cookie cutters and the moulds and all the lovely colours and all the other bits and pieces. That's where you'll find it. We're just expecting more bright gold to come in from Sugar and Crumbs because this is always our biggest seller every year. We've also got some more Regal Purple due in and some Snowstorm, which apparently is now going into short supply. Now, Carol has sent or telling me that she's a little bit short on that, but I've got some, so we're okay at the moment, and it is included in my new kit, my beginner's cake painting kit for Christmas. So I've got a couple of Wonder Dusts in there this time. We're sort of zing it up a little bit. So I did use them in the projects as well, so it is quite relevant. I haven't just put them in there for a laugh. They are there for a reason. So yeah, if you want to get one of those kits, you're going to see lots of videos coming out in the next few weeks, particularly on tutorials of putting things together. I know I talk about TikTok and I know people go, oh yeah, I know what TikTok is. There are videos. I think I did actually. Did I put the TikTok video on here this morning? I was suspicious that it wouldn't work this morning. So that's the Christmas tree. This one has just come out this morning on TikTok, which is at Tracey Mann Cakes. There is a video. Now, if I run this video, I'm not quite sure what the sound is. It could be the television in the background. It might be silent. That's why I'm a bit worried about playing it. So I'm not too sure what's going to come out. But it might be quiet. I'll have to see what it does. Let's see if you can hear anything. So hopefully now in this video, all you can hear is me talking rather than anything else like what I was watching on television at the time. So this is just showing you how to assemble a Christmas tree. So we have got the lovely Christmas tree mould in stock. It is part of the TikTok video, but obviously for TikTok, it's running at very, very quickly. So fingers crossed that that was just silent to me talking and not my television program running in the background. I did take the volume down, but who knows? Whenever I do things like this, it normally goes wrong. So I'm quite prepared for something to go wrong. But we have got videos that show you high speed, how to get all these things to get, assembled very quickly, because we are aware, obviously, that when you watch Let's Shop, that, you know, you might forget, you might buy a cookie cutter and then go, what do I do with that? Go and have a look on TikTok. Just go to my page. You don't need to go anywhere else. Just go to @Tracey Mann Cakes and you'll see lots of videos. But I keep putting them on Instagram and I keep putting them on here as well. And if you see them, don't forget to like and share them as well, because that'd be really nice. It's really helpful to lots of other people as well. I put one video up yesterday and I know lots of you will have watched it, but only one person liked it. And I thought, I know more people have seen this than that, because I can see it's had a lot of views. So don't forget to like it as well and share it around. So let other people have a little look at what we do. But we've obviously got the moulds in and the kits, so if you do want to have a go at making your own Christmas trees, these are always mega popular. I'd say I don't know why. I do know why, because they're so lovely. So if you do want to have a go at making your tree, there's a little video that came out yesterday, so you'll be able to see that and how it's done at very high speed. Wouldn't we all love to be able to work at that kind of speed? You know, a whole Christmas tree completed in about 30 seconds. Yes, please. Right, so let's have a little move on this morning. so we're going to have a look at, I'm just going to pull our focus for a moment on just one particular aspect of some of the things that we have got on our site, and that's I'm looking behind me to check they're still there. Yes, I did put them there, and that's the infamous gonks. Everybody loves these gnomes or these gonks, whatever they are. So we have got, I've just literally got together all the bits that we've got for the gonks this year before they sell out, because actually they're moving really quickly. The only other thing I have got the sheet with me as well. Let me find that. Oh, I'm just too organised today. It's just absolutely hideously amazing. Let's see what we've got on here. So the Christmas gonk, somebody said to me the other day, oh, you're bringing out your sugar sheet. And I thought, actually, I need to do that. So I've been ever so busy this week. We'll go through all those bits and pieces in a minute. But I just want to highlight all things gonk and gnomes, if I could say that without making a fool of myself, on our website. So we have got, there we go, let's put that down there so you can see it. So this is our gonk cookie cutter. This is the large one. Now, just at the end of Christmas last year, we bought out the mini one. The mini one fits on top of cupcakes. There are some videos around of how to do it, but I am going to redo this over the next few weeks. But the gonk cookie cutters are here. So that's the large one. Obviously, that's the cupcake size one. You can see how much smaller it is. We've also now got the printed sheet. Now, the printed sheet we've used last year. We used it on different things like the hat. So if you can see there, we used it on our hat cookie cutters. So we cut it out and just fitted it into the hats to make them sort of all different shapes. And we're going to have a go doing something a bit different with it this morning. And then the new thing that we've got for gonks this year is we have got gonk transfer sheets. Now I'm going to try and hold this up as best I can so you can see it. Always upside down. Let's try the other way around. Right, so you can see them on there, hopefully. Yes, you can. Right, now I've only got a limited number of these left. I've had them in for a little while. I literally had to, it sounds awful, but I literally had to grab them before they sold, because once they'd hit the supplier, they've sold out now. I knew they would. So I've only got a very limited number of these. So these are good for making like chocolate lollies. So for those of you that don't understand what a transfer sheet, never heard of one, they are for chocolate use. They're quite big. There you go, look at me with a background of gonks. They're 40 centimetres by 30 centimetres. They are cocoa butter sprayed onto sheets, not by me, by a factory, in different patterns. And this one happens to be gonks. They are red. But please, they are not going to last very long. So if you are a fan of the gonks and you want to stock up on your gonk supply, she's given me with this word, don't get it wrong, Tracy, don't get it wrong, then that is what we've got on our website this year. So the other sheet, the one I showed you a minute ago, is a sugar sheet. So a sugar sheet works differently to a transfer sheet. Transfer sheet tends to work with chocolate, so you melt chocolate onto there and make yourself lots of nice lollies and things like that. Whereas a sugar sheet, you don't do any melting on that. We peel and cut, which is something I'm going to show you shortly anyway, so you'll get to see how those work. Now, there are lots of videos on my YouTube channel about transfer sheets, so if you go across to @Tracey Mann Cakes, you'll be able to see videos on how to deal with them. Now, we have got chocolate in stock, so we've got white and milk at the moment. We'll get dark in shortly, but we have got small 400-gram bags that you can use to make your lollies and bits and pieces, and we also have lolly sticks as well. So if you're planning on making nice big chocolate lollies, maybe you can make nice big chocolate lollies to sit, I don't know, as you could have them on your table at Christmas, couldn't you, to start with, and everyone can have a lolly with a nice bow round it or something. So we have got those in now, but I've only got very limited supply. I literally bought one packet and I've already had people spot them, because I haven't actually talked about them yet. People have already spotted them on the Let's Shop page, and now they are selling quite quickly. So once they're gone, and I really mean it with these, because I cannot get any more. They are out of stock, which I knew they would do that. Do you know, I've just knocked that pot over and I've caught it, and I thought, oh, please God, let that not be the one that's got the water in it, and it isn't. Thank God for that. God, I'm distracting. Right, let's put that down. Don't let me loose anywhere. I'm lethal. Let's spill everything. So yeah, all things gonk. There they are there now. It's such a nice pattern, this one, and we're going to show you what to do with it this morning. It comes on an A4 sheet. It's not quite A4, it's a tiny bit smaller, but it is a really lovely pattern. And also on the sheets, we've got the gingerbread one as well, which I'll show you while we're on sheet mode. Let's get those done. Hold on, where's the other one? It's in my little bag. I've got that many sheets in here today. I've got loads to show you today. Where are we? I had it before I left home anyway. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's the little gingerbread house one as well. We also have gingerbread transfer sheets, little gingerbread men, but again, very limited supply this year because they're just so difficult to get hold of. They come from Belgium and they are a bit of a pain to get hold of. So what we've got is it, and then once they're gone, I'm afraid that will be it this year. So if you are planning on transfer sheets, penguins we're short of, snowmen we're okay, gingerbread men we're tight on. So all I would say is crack on with it if you do want them, and you can store them anyway, so they're nice and easy to get hold of. I think with anything with Christmas, if you really want it, then you're going to need to get on and get it as soon as you possibly can. But these are really lovely patterns, aren't they nice? I just think they're really, really lovely. And again, you can use it on the hats and gloves, which is we've got gloves as well, or mittens that we can use this pattern on. So lots of different things we can do. I'm going to try and do something else with it this morning, something I didn't practice either, which is really bad news, but never mind. Really bad news, but very typically me, so that's fine. Okay, so we're going to go back to the teddies that we had last week. We are going to try and do something with these sheets at the same time, which could be lethal. So last week I showed you the teddy with a present, and we're going to do him again, but we're going to do Teddy with a Christmas present. Of course we are. So there we go. There he is. And then I did a little white one as well. So there's a mini version and a large one. So if anyone missed this last week, this is our new Teddy cookie cutter. And we're going to do this morning, we're going to do the Teddy with a Christmas present, whoops, that we're going to use from our sheet. And I had this mad idea then to try and balance that, which of course hasn't worked. I put it straight behind me. There we go. We're going to use a little gingerbread pattern. I think we'll give that a go on there, and we'll do the large one. So we're going to do that first. Let's put those over there. Over there. So this is called Teddy with present. There is a large one and a small one. And then I'm going to just start, hopefully needing this paste is going to come back to life. So the paste colour that I've got is called Autumn Leaf. Autumn Leaf is a sugar flare colour. We've got it on our site. Let me show you what it looks like. There it is. Obviously yours won't be as messy as mine is. They are messy, these pots, but there you go. Such is life. You can't win them all. Right, let's pop that out the way for the moment. So I want to show you some different things you can do with these sheets, apart from well, you can do some different things, see what you can do with them. So this is the new cookie cutter that we went through last week, but I'm going to show you now. Teddy is now going to have a Christmas present. We're going to be bringing out some more sheets. We'll have some holly coming out as well for the presents, because we need quite a small pattern for this to be able to work properly. Don't want a big image because it won't quite work. Right, let's put that on there. Just going to bring my camera up a little bit just so it's not quite on top of me. There we go. Put our Teddy there. And then we'll begin rolling out. So Autumn Leaf is the colour that I'm using. It's a really nice colour. I use it in lots and lots of different things. It makes nice kind of ice cream cone colours. I consider myself an expert in that department. Also teddies, obviously. I use this colour for quite a lot. There's always something you can make with this colour. Right, so we've rolled that out. Just going to get hold of a plastic side scraper because this will just help me to pick this up. So I'm just going to put a little bit of icing sugar on there and pop that on there. My rolling pin is determined to be on camera, so we're going to just pop that on there. I think links are appearing now, and that to everybody means that Kelly is now awake and she's hopefully doing some links for me. Either that or Nikki's appeared, but I'm pretty certain it's Kelly, only by the fact she's written morning with 4 G's. That's normally a sign that's Kelly. So Kelly will be with us at the NEC. So if you do want to come over and speak Dutch with Kelly, I'm sure you can. Come do some painting. Right, so we've done that. We're going to flip it over. And we'll just wipe the sides down there. Just clean them up a little bit. There we go. Press that down. Okay, just press it down across the whole thing. There's his present. It's about there, isn't it? Like so. And we'll flip that back. The reason we do this is because when you cut it out as a cookie, the cookie mix is thick, whereas when you cut it out with sugar paste, obviously you need to flip it over because it's thin. So that's why we do that. I'm not doing that for any, it's not a design fault or anything, it's just the way that we have to do that. Right, so royal icing. Let's get some royal icing on the go. Luckily in the pot of liquid I didn't spill, otherwise I'd be wearing it. Right, let's grab some bit of royal icing, a little bit of water, and we'll make up a bit of a paste. We don't need very much, just enough to kind of stick it down. So a little bit of royal icing. You can use piping gel if you want to. If you don't have any royal icing, you've got a little bit of sugar paste. If you take your sugar paste and just literally knead a bit of water into it, make it all sticky, that will do as well. Anything like that really. So again, we'll just go over this. Yeah, Miss Kelly's on at the moment. She's in the Netherlands, probably half asleep. Right, there we go, like so. And then we'll just take our bear and we'll pop him on like so. There you go. It's all ready to go. We'll do his nose just like we did before on the other ones. So we'll just roll that out like so. And then I just took this last time, laid that on top, just press that down like so. So I'm just going to light this cocoa butter thing while I'm thinking about it next to me. Right, that's that. Okay, I might have to cut this out with scissors. I'll tell you why, it's because I don't know what I've done with my... oh no, there it is. There it is. See? Even though I'm in chaos for the NEC, I've still got my tools. I can find them when I need to, except I need to be on screen. Right, I'm on screen now. I sort of disappeared a little bit there. Right, here we go. So we'll just cut round the edge of this. There we go. And then we'll just take a very small brush, I think this time. Not one of my painting ones. You're not allowed to use painting brushes. I'll keep those apart for your painting. And then we'll pop his nose on like that. Oh, it's a bit skew. There we go. That's better. There you are. Right, we'll keep those bits for a minute now. We're going to cut out a present. We're going to have wrapping paper. So that's the idea behind this. We're going to have some wrapping paper on here. So I'm going to just pop that on there. Now I'm going to just take hold of, actually I'll flip him over, take hold of an edible pen. So I'm going to start the present there, because that's the top of the present there. Okay, not that line, it's that line there. Okay, now I want it to be at the edge, so if I time that like that, that should give me the edge of the present. And then I'll just need to mark the bottom there, and then I'll just mark on the inside of there, and that should give me the right shape. That's the plan anyway. Whoop. I won't tell you what I think about wrapping presents. Kelly knows what I think. I hate wrapping presents. I'll make Kelly do it for me. I can't stand it. Honestly, it's the worst thing ever. And every year I go, yeah, I'm going to start early this year. Do I ever? Nope. I go, yeah, I'll do it today, and then I don't. Oh my God. Much rather do this. Much more fun. So I'm going to cut that down there like this. So this sugar sheet is on a backing sheet. So there's a plastic backing sheet behind it. All right, so you need to peel that off, because if you stick that down, that's not going to taste very nice. In fact, it will taste absolutely terrible. So we need to make sure that that gets removed. I seem to have the world's smallest pair of scissors here this morning, but that's okay. And then we'll come across here. There we go. That's our present. Daddy's going to be very impressed with this. Right, now we're going to put it down with a... Oh, let me pick that up with a bit of water. Just grab a little bit of water on a paintbrush. So I'm just going to literally make that wet. Be careful you don't accidentally get some water on these sheets, because if you do, then you'll find that it will all come off. The print will just come straight off. So water plus these sheets, absolute disaster. Just keep them apart, please. So put some water on there to stick it down, but whatever you do, don't get them stuck or don't touch them with your fingers. So we'll peel that off. So you've got your sheet now, and then we'll pop that on there. Look at him, he's got a massive present there, hasn't he? Happy days. So we'll pop him on there with his Christmas present. And this is what I said birthday present then, because this is what I was saying about this particular mould. You can use it for birthdays as well. So if you're thinking, oh, I wouldn't mind that mould, oh, but I can only use it for Christmas. No, you can use it all year round. You can use it for any birthday or Christmas or whatever, and he fits nicely inside our little boxes as well. So if you wanted to just perhaps gift somebody a little cookie, then we've got the little red boxes as well, and they fit in there. So I'm just grabbing something on the other side of the table, which is not a brilliant bit of planning by me, but never mind. So we have little boxes, which I'll show you actually at the end when I've assembled him, and you can pop him in there, make a nice little Christmas present for somebody if you're doing like little gifts or something. So this is the tiny decorations mould, which we do have on our site. We also have another one called the bow mould, which has just bows and nothing else. I'm a big fan of both. I use them all the time. They're never far away, and if they are, I want to know where they are. They are probably the mould I've sold the most of over the years. So we're going to just take hold of a little bit of white. Normally use something like Saraceno modelling paste, works a little bit easier than sugar paste. Because I use Massaccino, which is quite a strong sugar paste, I can get away with it. But if you don't, you will need to use a modelling paste, or put a little bit of sugar cell CMC powder into your sugar paste, and then you'll find it works really well. Okay, so bend that back, let the silicone do the work for you, and you've got a nice little bow there. So we're going to stick that onto there with a little bit of royal icing. We're not going to use water, because if we put water on there, we're going to disintegrate the pattern. So we're just going to put just a dab of royal icing. We don't want to risk getting any water in the way, so we'll pop that on there. And then we're going to paint that bow in a minute. We can paint it gold if we want to, so we'll do that. But while we're doing that, we're going to put his arms and legs in position. So again, we're just going to take hold of some of this paste. And normally what I do is take two little bits, roll them in my hands. I can feel they're roughly the same size, so they'll do for feet, I think. Then we'll take a little bit of royal icing, a little bit of stick. Royal icing or water, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. And then we'll pop that one on there like so. Don't really want that one too far in front of the parcel. I just wanted it to be a little bit more 3D than it is at the moment. But we want the hands to be wrapped around the parcel. So that's why we want that one like that. Present, not parcel. It's not Amazon, is it? Okay, let's give that a bit of a... Okay, and we'll pop that on there like so. We'll make that little bit. Okay, then we can take hold of something like a scriber, or even the cutting wheel would be good. Why not? We've got that out already. And then we can just roll across there, so we can put some little marks on his feet like that. Okay. And then we'll do his hands, so he's holding it. So obviously we want smaller pieces here, so we'll get hold of this and we'll break it in half. Again, just roll it in your hand so you can feel whether they're the same size or not. I think that one's a little bit bigger. Just check they're going to be okay. They look fine, and we'll just pinch it down and make it into a bit more like a cone shape, I guess, like so. A little bit of glue, and then we'll take this, pop them on and flatten them down. So he looks like he's holding the present. That's the idea behind this. And again, we'll just take that, pop that on there like so. Again, we'll just take the cutting wheel or scriber, it doesn't matter, and we'll just put in 3 little lines there. So he's holding his present. Look, he's very pleased with himself. I would be if I got a present that big, Kelly, large hint. Then we're going to take hold of some of these. We're going to finish this slightly differently this week. So these are our 4mm black pearls. We've used these started off as I think they started off as ghost eyes or something, and ever since then we've used them for literally everything else. So we just pop those in. Now you can press them down, you can embed them into the sugar paste if the sugar paste is still soft. Obviously if the sugar paste isn't soft, you can't do that, so just bear that in mind when you are doing these. There we go. Okay, now I've got my cocoa butter painting set up here slightly to one side. I'm just going to have to grab a paintbrush because I've packed my bags for Cake International. The bag is next to me, so I just need to rummage for a... There we go, got one. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this on screen here. You'll see a little bit of painting going on. So for those of you that don't understand cocoa butter painting, what I've got here, just need to grab a bit of kitchen roll because it's very hot, is something called a chrome food warmer, which isn't any particular bit of cake decorating equipment, but it's a metal plate with a tea light underneath, and it makes this extremely hot. And because it makes it hot, cocoa butter, which is normally a solid product like this, will melt, and then we can mix it with dusting colours and we can do all sorts of different things with it. So that's what we do, lots of different painting. Once you've got your little setup, you don't need to do anything else. You'll be able to do whatever it is that you like. So what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to make his nose a little bit, oh no, well, yeah, I'll make his nose a little bit more 3D, but I will paint it. So because I haven't got any black sugar paste this morning, I thought I'll try and paint it instead. It's funny when you do little bits of sugar paste, they look really small until you put them on the cookie and then you realise they're absolutely huge. So we'll pop that in place. Like so, we'll just organise it a little bit so it's a little bit more in position. There we go. But if I wanted to paint it black, for example, might just take a little bit of the sharpness out of the black. Just put a little bit of white in there maybe. We'll just paint his nose up there. So if you wanted to paint it in, you can. Like so. You could also use an edible pen. So if you've got edible pens and you prefer to do that, that's another option as well. And then we're just going to take a line and we're going to come down and then we'll give him a big smile because he's got a lovely present. So he's very happy with himself. And we'll come along there like that. Okay, all right. Just give that a moment to set. And we'll give him a couple of eyelashes, I think, this morning. Why not? Just 2 eyelashes, one there and one there, maybe one on the other side. A couple there as well. Okay, we'll just clean our brush up. We'll dip that into the cocoa butter and we will just wipe it onto our kitchen roll. Just give that a bit of a clean. So last time I showed you this, I showed you how to do this without these edible papers. Now I've used a tiny corner, so I reckon you could probably get 15 maybe large cookies with presents out of one sheet. I'm just looking at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 15 I reckon you can get out of one sheet for this size. So if you are thinking of like how many can I do, on the large ones, don't forget there's the small ones as well. So on the small ones, you probably get a few more out of it, I suspect. Or you could do a mix, couldn't you? But we could then sort of paint his bow gold. So this is the Wonder Dust Bright Gold, which is a really lovely colour. Again, we've got it separately on the website, or you will find it in the cocoa butter painting kit, the Beginner's Christmas Cocoa Butter Painting Kit. If you want to get one of those, you'll find it inside of there. If not, we have got them separate. It sells out every year. It's ever so popular. So I love it. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Can't give enough praise for this particular product. I think it's fantastic. So this is Wonder Dust Bright Gold. I'm just painting down the side of the white. So you see, I didn't need to make a gold bow. I'm literally just going to paint it up so that he's got... And then perhaps we'll do matching ears maybe. I don't know. We'll do his ears while we're here with gold. There you go, Teddy. You can coordinate with the bow. And turn him back round. So you can fiddle around with that. You can paint the bow off the cookie if you don't want to. If you don't want to do it on or in position, you can remove it. And then of course they never come alive until you put a little tiny dot of white. So I always do the absolute best I can, because obviously on a live we haven't got time to wait for it to dry. So we use these are called dotting tools. They are for nail art, so if you see them on being used for nail art, we use them for cake as well. All I would say is that if you are using them for nail art, maybe have a set for cake rather than mix the two up, because obviously there's lots of chemicals and things involved with nail art. So I just have this set which I use solely for cake, and then all I can do then is put a little tiny dot on his eye, just one dot and a little dot on his nose, and that suddenly brings him alive. He suddenly looks really awake and really kind of with it, if that makes any sense. If I pick these two up, you'll see what I mean when I hold them up together. There we go, you can see them there. So we've got Teddy on the left with the gingerbread house paper, which is the edible sheet. We've also got the gonk or gnome one out as well, which you can use obviously to make little presents to go on top of there. And then we've got this one on the right hand side, which is the one I did last week, which is the red sugar paste with some of the snowflake sprinkles. So we've got snowflakes in the Christmas tree sprinkle mix, but we've also got snowflakes on their own. So if you just fancy a large pop of snowflakes, then obviously you can use that. And then both of the bows have come from Tiny Decorations. This one here has been some black sugar paste in his eyes, and the one on the left hand side is the 4mm black pearls that we've used for his eyes there, and we do use those quite a lot. So if sort of rolling a ball to make an eye shape sort of, you know, fills you with horror, then get those instead. It's much easier. And you'll see then that they really are very, very sweet. I think they're just lovely, really lovely ideas for Christmas. And at birthdays as well, as what I was trying to say earlier, is that, you know, don't just limit these to Christmas. You can actually do these for birthdays as well. I just think they are the loveliest thing ever. And we have little boxes for them to go in. So if you want to make a gift for somebody, let's say you're doing, I don't know, a teacher's gift or something, and you want to keep your costs down and just do something little, or perhaps you've got a lot of people to do them for, you know, maybe you've got, I have a lovely lady on here called Trish who does them for a care home, and when she gets going, they're amazing. So if you wanted to do perhaps a lot together or something, you could just pop them, or one on its own as a gift, you could pop them in this little box that we have on site. We have these in packs of 2, and then you've got yourself a really nice little present there. We've got shredded paper as well. So, and it's funny enough, shredded paper, you think, well, that's not a lot, and actually it goes a really long way. It's quite surprising. But these are little red ones that we've got here. There are white ones available as well, but I think the red ones for Christmas are probably nicest. And we do have red shredded paper as well, which I was just looking for actually. I was going to give that a go. Oh, here we go. I've got some new, I had some somewhere. Let's swap it over and try a bit of red as well, shall we? Why not? You get these tiny little bags, and they actually go an awful long way. See, look at that. That's not a lot, is it really? Let's take that back out, and then we can pop that in. There we go, pop you in, Teddy. Oh, you can fiddle around with it. There you go. I just love the fact it's a clear lid and you can really see what's going on in the box. That appeals to me massively. So if you wanted to have a go at making a little gift for somebody for Christmas, you could also, and I did think about this last night, if anybody has got a very, very small round cutter, something like a Wilton 12 nozzle. I've got a feeling we've got Wilton 12 on our website. It's not one that's on Let's Shop. I'm sure Kelly will find it somewhere. Wilton 12 looks like this. You could actually put a little hole in his head just after you've baked them. So you would bake your cookies first, and then you would put a little hole in his head, and you could turn that into a hanging tree decoration. So if you wanted to do that, what you'd need to do though is you'd need to bake them first and cut the holes out quickly when they come out of the oven. So you don't want to be messing about. As soon as they're out the oven, you want to be getting this cutter and cutting that hole out there. But Wilton 12 is quite a nice little circle for that kind of thing. I know we probably shouldn't be using our piping nozzles for this kind of thing, but it's just too tempting, quite honestly. So yes, if you fancied making a whole tree of hanging decorations, then that's what I would recommend, that you use Wilton 12 and this little bear here with a hole in there. That's quite a nice activity, isn't it? You could imagine doing lots of those, and lots of fun there. So there's a very nice idea for you for Christmas. So nice little gift, whether you want to do the paper or whether you want to just have a go at doing it using sugar paste and just a little bit of snowflakes. And I just used the white dotting tool on here. It's entirely up to you. You've got a choice really then, so whether you want to use patterns or whether you want to do it plain, but they are very sweet, and you can do them different colours as well. I did a little white one the other week, so I did like more of a like polar bear type thing, so you just can use them along those lines. But if Kelly can't find the red boxes. I'm assuming that's Kelly. I will find them afterwards, but they are on there somewhere. I will find them. But yeah, if you wanted to make gifts using that, that is what I'm recommending. So I'll leave that there just for a second while I just have a little mini tidy up. Now, of course, the one big thing that we have on our site, which is incredibly popular, that we're going to be moving on to next, is our beloved Christmas jumpers. Every year we sell loads and loads of Christmas jumpers. It is probably the most popular thing, along with the snow globes, that we've ever made. And every year, like a fashion shop, I like to bring out new Christmas jumper patterns, and that's exactly what I've done. So we're going to run through the Christmas jumpers now. I'm going to show you those. We're going to do Christmas jumpers this week, and then obviously next week I'm not here because I'm at Cake International, and the following week we will release the new snow globes. So we will do 2 different weeks. We haven't put the snow globes onto the website yet, so don't go looking for them because they're not there, and I will show you what they are going to look like in 2 weeks' time. So I'm just going to have a mini clean so that I can actually look at my screen and not feel like it's a total mess. There we go. Let's put that back up there. Bit of housekeeping there just for a second. Okay, right, that makes me feel better. Okay, there we go. Right, I've got open bottles of water everywhere. I'm going to just put the lids on these because I don't trust myself. Right, okay, so Christmas jumpers. We're going to have a look at the patterns now. For those of you that have never seen these before, this is something that started about 2 years ago using this cookie cutter here, and we have large ones and we have cupcake ones. So this is it. This is our original cookie cutter. The arms on the new ones have got a tiny bit narrower, but it makes absolutely no difference, to be perfectly honest with you. They're all the same and they all fit the same. The other thing as well we do have is pyjamas. So we have pyjama kits as well, with pyjama bottoms. Now, we had a bit of a design fault last year with the pyjama bottoms. We've now got the right size pyjama bottoms after my guy who prints them got a bit carried away. But anyway, we have pyjamas as well. So let's have a look at the selection of what we've got. So we've kept a couple of originals, but the majority of the jumpers this year are all new, because I thought it's nice to have a change. I thought, well, let's go and have a look. Some of the sheets have been chopped about a bit, so you're going to have to bear with me a little bit on that, because obviously I've been using them. Let's come up a little bit on the camera just so I can actually fit them all in, so you can see them properly. There we go. Right, so I'm going to run through what we do with our jumpers in a second, but we're going to have a look at the designs first. So this is the first sheet. I'm going to turn it slightly on side so you can see it. So this one here, it's got one missing at the bottom, so I've been filming TikTok yesterday. So we've got candy canes, we've got snowman, and we've got Christmas tree on this sheet. Now, some of these are set up for buying sheets on their own. Some of them are set up of buying sheets, lots of sheets together. So you'll see them and they're all called set 1, set 2, set 3. There are 7 different sheets this year for Christmas jumpers. I'm going to hold them up like this, and I'm just going to very slowly just move across them so you can see them a bit closer. So this is one of the sets. Don't ask me which one it is. It will tell you online which one it is. But there we go. So that's one of the sets. Okay, so the next set we've got, now this is Santa's set, I think. So this one is all about Father Christmas. So let me pull that down there a bit and you'll be able to see it. There we go. So this one is all about Santa. So we've got Santa's costume there. Santa's jumper is if you put a head there and then you become Father Christmas, and then a very cute little Santa at the bottom. Okay. I'm just going to answer that question that's just come up about the pyjama cutter. If you bought the pyjama cutter last year and it's the wrong size, which it probably is, then you need to drop me a specific email to tell me. And then when you place an order for anything, we will then just replace it. So we've got them here ready to go. So only if you had one last year, and I will check. So just if you had a pyjama cutter last year and it's the wrong size, drop me an email and we will send you a new one when we send out any of your orders. All right. So you will get them. Don't worry. So this is the Santa. So here we go. So that's Santa top. So this again is one sheet. Okay, and then I love him at the bottom. He is so sweet. You get 2 on the sheet. You have to ignore the fact I've chopped the corner out because I've been making cookies yesterday for TikTok. So there are a little hole in a few of these sheets. So that is set, one of the sets. Not sure which one. Then we've got this set here. Now this one is a more traditional one. So we've got Christmas jumpers, Christmas puddings and reindeers. Okay, so again, I'm just going to hold that up there so you can see them, and I'll very slowly move that across so you can see them. I love that Christmas pudding one. And then there's the reindeer at the bottom. Okay, so that's the second set. So the original sets that we had, they are still available. I don't think I printed those, but you'll see those online. Then we have got this one here, which is yellow reindeers, trains and snowmen. So there's another set here. So again, I'll hold that up there. But yeah, when you go online, you'll see them all listed up. But just be very careful which ones you order. This is going to be like ordering chaos. Me trying to make sure you all get the right sheets. I can see this coming. Okay, so these are just for the large jumpers at the moment. I haven't gone on to the small ones. We'll go on to those in just a second because there's a slightly different selection for the small ones. These are all for large. I think that's it. Now, let's look at the pyjamas. So this is the pyjama set. So last year we did have a problem with the pyjama cutter. My guy prints them all, decided to print them about 3 centimetres too long, so it was a bit of a disaster. So we have now got the right sizes in because we've got them all reprinted for this year. So anyone ordering a new pyjama cookie cutter will be fine, but anybody who had one from last year, we will need to send you a new one. So you'll just need to drop us an email, we can sort that out for you. But these are pyjama cookie cutters. You will need to have the jumper cookie cutter. If you don't have it already, it isn't included in any sets. You will need to buy it separately, but these will make the pyjamas. And remember, these are all on edible sheets, and you will need to peel the backing off when you come to attach them. That is very important. And just a little word on that as well. So obviously it depends what time of year it is. It does get very damp this time of year. So when we send these to you, they will be in a sealed bag and they will be in a brown envelope. And it's really important that you keep that bag sealed so that they don't deteriorate, because if you find that you've opened that bag, sometimes the atmosphere can get into the sheets and make them quite sticky. We do have solutions for that, including popping them in the freezer for sort of 30 seconds or so, but if we can avoid that, we will try and make it as easy as possible for you. So there are other larger jumpers on there from last year, but the mini jumpers, which I'm now going to show you, yeah, the mini jumpers. Okay, so the mini jumpers are for the cookies, the little tiny cupcakes. Again, I've chopped one out the corner here, it will come apparent shortly. So we've got a selection on here of different ones. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 on a sheet. Okay, so that's last year's selection. This year's selection is all the new ones, which is this lot here. And I think we've got a kit that contains 2 lots of sheets and the jumper cookie cutter, the little one, so that you can make 30 odd cupcakes, which would be really nice, won't it? They are quite easy to do. The only top tip I'll give you, if you want to do this quickly, is perhaps sit in front of the television and cut them out. Okay, because that's the bit that takes the time, is just cutting them out, because obviously then you don't just peel them off, you actually do have to cut them out. That's the only thing that takes a bit of time with this, so just bear that in mind. So let's bring in some of our cookie cutters. Right, so we've got a little one and we've got a big one. You've got a choice. You can either cut them out with sugar paste. In fact, I'm not going to do that one because I haven't got the cutter with me, but if you want to do, you can cut them out and put them on, or you can stick the jumpers straight to the cookies. I normally use the sugar paste rather than putting it straight onto the cookie, but it's entirely up to you. It doesn't matter particularly. I think it's just a habit I've probably got into, but I just find it's easier to get them much flatter than it is to do it a different way. So I'm just going to give that a little bit of a knead. So I'll just give that a bit of a roll. So sometimes with the cookie cutters or the stuff we've got, we can trim the arms. That's something that we have to do sometimes because of these patterns, because they can be a slightly different shape. As much as we try our hardest to keep them all the same, they can be a tiny bit different. So we'll cut it out, move it up and down so we don't get any hairy edges. We don't want that. There we go. Take that out, turn that around. Oh, it's coming with me then. Okay, right, let's get some water on there. So you want to stick this down with a bit of water. Actually, I need to cut a jumper out first, don't I? Right, what lovely jumper should we have this time? Let's have a little look for my selection. We will have, let's see what we've done already. What have we started with? Right, so let's go for, let's do the candy canes, shall we? Okay, so all you're going to need to do is preferably get a bigger pair of scissors than me, because I've got the world's smallest pair of scissors this morning, which are already annoying. And then we'll just cut up this. So when you're not using the rest of these, put them back in the bag and seal them, okay? It's very important you keep them sealed. When I store them in here, they have to be sealed. Otherwise, we have all sorts of problems. They stick to the sheets. And remember, of course, this is going to come off if it gets wet. So make sure your hands are dry before you start cutting them out. Now you can, if you want to, sometimes it's a bit easier, just peel the backing off straight away. Also, it helps you to remember to do it, because otherwise you'll be dishing up cookies that have got plastic backing on them. Maybe not so nice. So we'll come down here. We'll go across there, like so. Up here. And then this way. And then we'll cut that like so. So because the cookies spread, sometimes I find it a little bit easier to do the method I'm doing now, which you'll see in a second, for fitting them before they go on the cookie, basically. So we'll cut round like so. And you would do exactly the same for the pyjamas, large and small jumpers. It's just all the same. Right, what did I do with that paintbrush? Here it is. Right, again, just take a little bit of water. Just go straight across there. And stick that on. Now, that's going to just trim this back a little bit. And just trim it. That out, goes across the bottom. There we go, lovely. And then we're just going to take hold of some royal icing, and we're just going to pop that onto our cookie. We've got it to sit down like that, and then we'll just lift that on there like so. You can adjust his arms a little bit when they're actually in position, and that is it. It's as simple as that. It's very easy and very straightforward. The key is not to get any water on that pattern. Otherwise you're going to have some problems. So I'm going to just bring in some of the ones that I did yesterday. So these are all the new jumper cookie patterns I was fiddling around with yesterday. And the small one is exactly the same. So the small one, you just follow exactly the same process as what I've just done, but there is a mini cookie, and obviously that fits on top of a cupcake. You don't have to do it with the white sugar paste. If you don't want to, you can do them without. If you do them without, again, if I just take one here, I'll do one without so that you can see what to do. Let's find a little mini jumper. What should we have? Let's have Santa, shall we? Let's cut him out. Why not? So you can see the bit that's going to take the time here is this little bit of cutting. But again, I think these fit in the boxes. Let me just check. Maybe you want to send a Christmas jumper box instead. Let's see if they fit. Oh no, they don't quite fit. So yeah, you won't need the boxes for the jumpers. They'll only work with the teddies. And, oh, they work that way. Hold on. Oh, look at that. Well, hey. Didn't even know it myself until I went on the live. They also work for the jumpers. So, gosh, I learned so much on my own lives, you know. So if you wanted to turn the boxes and do a jumper, then you can do that as well. Look at me. Look at me go. Didn't even know. I wonder if I can get 2 in there. Now I'm just being silly. No, you can't get 2 in there. Definitely 1. Okay, so you can put a jumper in there. Jumper in a box. I still think that's a really cool idea. I'll be well happy if someone gave me that. Okay, so back to this. So we'll take hold of these. And we'll just cut round. I've taken the backing off already so that I don't end up messing it up. We'll go up. So treat boxes as well. We have treat boxes on the site. It's got a picture of a Union Jack cake in it. So we've used those for all sorts of things. But we've done Halloween, haven't we? And we've been using them for Halloween. We did them all last summer. We did lots of summer cookies last year. So we've used them for that. So there are loads of different things you can actually do with those cookies. So treat boxes. And also, you don't have to use these images on cookies if you don't want to. You can literally cut this out, put a little bit of water underneath it and stick it to a cake. So if you fancy just putting loads of like little sort of Christmas jumper images on a cake, then you can just get the images, don't need a cookie cutter, and then you can just pop them straight on because they are just printouts, so you'll be able to use them like that. If, however, you are going to put one onto a cookie, turn it over and just put a little scrape of royal icing. You need the royal icing, water's not going to stick. All right, so it's got to be a little scrape of royal icing, and then you can just pop them straight on like so. They'll stick down like that. Just be careful again that you don't end up touching them, because otherwise you'd be having a problem there, and they will dry. So you can use them without sugar paste. I think I've always backed everything with sugar paste when it comes to this kind of thing, so I think I'm just kind of motivated to do it like that for some reason. But anyway, there we go. Let me bring those down. Wait, I'm looking at the camera now. I need to get them all in. Up, up, up. That works. Let's put that one up there. Look at that. There we go. So you can see what we have got coming up for Christmas this year. So Christmas jumpers are now out. So all the new patterns are there. There are kits that contain jumper cookie cutters and kits that don't. There are a huge number of different patterns this year. I've gone for some different things. I just think it's quite nice to have a different pattern. Let you go and buy a new jumper every year. Why not have some different patterns for doing this? We've got the jumper cookie cutters. They've been around now 3 or 4 years for those of you that have not seen them before. You can also use the sheets that we talked about earlier on the hats and the mittens, which again we will cover in a couple of weeks' time. We will go through that as well as we start to go through Christmas. So I'm really quite keen to kind of show you some new stuff, but also rejig the stuff that we've had before, so that we can have a go at doing some different bits and pieces using some of the bits that we've already got. Can you fit 2 mini ones in a box? Good question. Let's try it. Let's see what it does. Now you've got me going. Oh, hold on. That way round, maybe. I think it's angles with this, isn't it? Oh, yeah, look at that. Yes, you can fit 2 mini ones in a box, but you are going to need to turn them that way. So, yeah, look at that. Oh, a bit fell off then. I won't eat that for now. I'll resist until I finish the live. So yes, you can get 2 minis in a box as long as you turn them that way round. If you've got them that way round for the big jumper and that way round for the little jumper and that way round for the teddy. But we've got these in red and white, and I will find some more sizes that we can have in as well, because they're really nice. I think we've got quite a lot of white and red at the moment. I'm just looking over at the side. Yes, we have, so we're okay at the moment, and as soon as we sell out we'll get some more in, because they're really quite sweet, aren't they? So yeah, I don't know, I just think that's quite a cool little gift. If you're doing like Christmas bazaars or something, oh, I'd be well happy with that if I got that. And you can see also it doesn't really matter if you put the sugar paste on there or not. So if you want to make them a bit cheaper, don't put the sugar paste on underneath. I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference. And trim to fit, all that kind of thing. So there we go. It's another little idea there for you, isn't there? Lots of different things to think about. There's always something to think about when it comes to Christmas, isn't there? Lots of different ideas. Don't forget as well, last week I showed you the little deer, which were these. I'm just going to move my little box over there for a second. We have the new Christmas deer that came out. There they are. And they are featuring in my new project, my new 2-tier semi-naked cake. And we piped them last week. We gave them little ears. They are ever so sweet. So if you want to have a very simple sort of rusticy sort of looking look, so if you don't like all this highly decorated stuff and you prefer just, I made these at gingerbread, so they're quite a nice sort of dark brown colour. And then I just did a very basic little bit of royal ice piping on the ears and a few spots on the back. I think that spot's fallen off. I mean, you could put eyes and tails and all sorts of things on there, but we stopped short of that because I think that actually they're just really cute as they are. So if you fancied making a nice big tray of deer cookie cutters, or you fancied having a go at my project, which is, I think I did I put a picture up of here on it? No, I didn't. Okay. Well, it's behind me anyway, so you can see that. But I did put a picture up on the site so you could see it. It's a really nice one to do. So it's nice and simple. I just wanted it to be kept really simple with these. Sometimes we always decorate everything as much as possible. And I just thought it might be quite nice to have a more simple option. So that is why I put those out this year, because they are really lovely. Okay, that's not a bad picture, is it, of all of that stuff together? I'm looking at it on the camera. I'm tempted. Right, I'm just looking for... I'm going to move my sheets, otherwise there's going to be an avalanche. There's no question about it, because I've got them all piled up next to me, and they've got slippy backs on them, which doesn't help me at all. Right, okay. There I am, back on screen. Okay, so let's just run through a quick summary of what we've been through this morning, just in case you've joined us late and you're thinking, oh, I've missed it. What have I missed? Let me just run through that for you. So we have talked this morning about the cake school. Where's that gone? There it is. So nice at the cake school this morning. So I've just read that someone's put in a lamb. I'm not sure if the ears are right for a lamb, but I'm sure someone can investigate that for me. So we started this morning talking about the beginners cocoa butter painting. We did a live this week, which involved the reindeer on Tuesday evening, and it seems to have inspired lots of you to join the cake school, which is brilliant. We've had a lot to pick up with that, with people buying kits and having a go. The long dark evenings are here. They are going to be starting tomorrow. It's going to be dark at 4 o'clock in the evening. It would be nice to get involved in doing some really nice painting, getting in the zone of painting, and I've got everything that you will possibly ever need to do some cake painting. We've got the online tutorials, we've got the kits, we've got everything that you can possibly need. Now, the kits are out now. The class, this one on screen, is out now already. Again, you would need to go to the cake school in order to be able to buy the class or join as a monthly member. So this is included in our gold membership, our silver membership, and our bronze membership, because it's a beginners class. So beginners, I think, is $6.75 a month. Gold membership includes everything. Silver is cake painting only, and that's £10 a month. We've got a live at the NEC on Sunday at 8:30 in the morning, Kelly, so you need to get out of bed. We have to get to the NEC. She'll be thinking, oh no, Mum. 8:30 in the morning on Sunday to look at the competition entries, so don't forget as well. Please put on the event notice you see it going or interested, and then you will find that you will get a reminder from Facebook. Very helpful. Also on the 14th of November at 7 o'clock in the evening, I'm going to be doing some painting, again a follow-up to the reindeer. So the reindeer was kind of the start, or the introduction. What have I done with it? I had it here a minute ago. There it is. So this was the beginners cocoa butter painting. There we go. We're going to be doing some cupcake toppers, and we'll just run through that just to show you what we need to do, just to do a little bit more cake painting. But the majority of my classes are online, and you'll be very welcome. We'd love to have you, and we will look after you if you join us, don't worry. My gold members as well have decided they will want to go for Royal Icing in January. So Royal Icing is another class that I teach. Very, very excited about Royal Icing. And they will have the opportunity to pipe along with me in a private class. So if you think, well, Royal Icing, I'd love to have a go at that, but I don't know where to start. What do I do? We have a course to cover all of that, and also me holding your hand and taking you through it step by step. But if you join as a gold member, then January we will be doing Royal Icing big time. So they don't know it's coming yet, but it is. All the Christmas classes are out. As I say, I took a step back early and you can see them. So we've got the winter scene, we've got the blue tit, we've got the Christmas train, we've got the semi-naked cake with the Christmas tree on top. All of these will be coming up to Cake International. So if you are coming up, you will get to see them, plus the beginners stuff as well. So we will take everything with us, so you'll be able to see it. If you're not going, I don't want you to feel left out, then please just keep coming back to our page, because we're putting events on continuously now. Certainly in the run up to Christmas, you're going to see more and more and more lives appearing, so that you can get involved as well. And obviously join the cake school, because because there's so much going on there that goes on behind the scenes. We'd really like to have you on the Cake School as well, with the address there up on the screen. And if you have got any questions about the school and you're thinking, well, I don't know, what do I need to do, what do I need, then talk to me, because I'll happily show you all the things that you need to get going to produce some very nice Christmas cakes this year. We're going to have your Christmas cakes at a whole new level, and you can take all the glory. I'm very happy about that. You can send out these amazing cakes, and do you know what, a really good place to practice? Two places. Number one is your family. They get all my practice cakes, and number two, or my next door neighbour. Number two is, what was I going to say? Oh, God, I've forgotten the second one now. What was I say? Practice on your family, and it's gone. Honestly, I have no memory whatsoever. I was running into a brilliant speech there about where to practice. Anyway, family is number one. Give them, your next door neighbour, just do some practice and send them out. They'll be happy, I can assure you. Oh, I've thought of it now. School raffles, brownies, guides, all of that kind of stuff. Facebook is loaded at the moment with people going, I'm having a raffle, I'm doing a school thing, all that stuff. Send a cake over. If you go on to Sweet Success at the moment, they've got fruit cakes on offer very cheaply. Get yourself a fruit cake, cover it with a bit of sugar paste, marzipan and sugar paste, and then paint something. And you know what? If it goes wrong, it doesn't matter. They will be well happy with the cake. You can always put a snow scene over the top of it if it's a total disaster. Get your royal icing out and just cover it and stick a few bits on it. But I guarantee you they will love it. And it's also really good to kind of show people what you can do. Magic. We talked a little bit about the gonks. The other thing I forgot to mention with the gonks is we do have a painting class for them as well. I haven't got the image of that up here at the moment, but if you're a big fan of gonks and you want to paint them as well as make lollies with them and cookies and everything else, there is a class on Tracey Mann Cake School you'll find on there, and again it is included in membership, or you can buy the class separately. It's really sweet. Every time I take it to cake, everyone goes mad. It's a very sweet little class there. So that's where you're going to get all your products. That's my Facebook page coming up there because I just pressed the wrong button. There we go. So back over to Let's Shop Cake Live is where you're going to get all your beginners painting kits. So if you are starting from scratch and you would like a metal paint palette, the paintbrushes that I use, they're all numbered. So you'll hear me shouting out numbers going, it's number 4 or number 2 or whatever it is, brush size that we use. Those brushes are in that kit, which helps me to make sure you've got the right paintbrush in your hand. How important is that? It's very, very important. If you're trying to paint with the wrong brushes, it's going to be an awful struggle for you. So if you've got yourself a basic set of brushes to start with, and we don't use them for anything else, we don't let anybody else touch them, they are only for cake painting, then you will be able to use them for all of your projects, for your painting, and you will guard them with your life, I can assure you. And I was saying to someone the other day, they don't go off, and it's really surprising actually, because I've got the same brushes. The only comment I ever make about paintbrushes is I end up having to get more sometimes because I literally can't find them. What have I done with them now? They're around somewhere, and I might be going on live, so I might have to grab a new number 1 and then I find it. So my brushes, I can't even remember the last time I threw away a paintbrush because it was worn out. So they are excellent paintbrushes. They will last you as long as you look after them. Don't ever dry your paintbrushes stuck down in a jar. Always have them with the hairs facing upwards, otherwise they will bend and dry and then you'll ruin them. Obviously this morning we've had a massive selection of new cookie cutters to look at. We've looked at the teddy with his present, which we looked at last week, but obviously we've enhanced that now and we've given him some wrapping paper. He's very lucky today, isn't he? And a bow and everything on there. The deer cookie cutters are from last year, and now the Christmas jumpers are here. So all the Christmas jumpers have arrived, and also we've been looking at presenting them in these little boxes as well. So that's the 2 minis. The other jumper, you turn it that way, and for the teddy, you keep it that way. So teddy that way, 2 jumpers, or turn it that way for 1 jumper. They're just little gift ideas. And also I mentioned about cutting a little hole in the head or the top of the jumper and hanging these from a Christmas tree is really nice. We do have a gingerbread recipe online as well, which is on a white clean sheet if you want to have a go at making gingerbread versions of this, or obviously there's the cookie one, which is really popular. So either of those 2 will do to do any of these different ideas. So there's always a lot going on here. Right, I'm running out of breath. Next week, I will not be here. That is 100%. I will not be here. I will be at Cake International. I will be on stand E23. So if you are visiting, then do come and see me. There will be multiple lives coming out of my other page at Tracey Mann Cakes. We will be going live regularly at Cake International so you can see what's going on. So if you are not going and you want to see what's happening, go across to this page and join it. And then keep checking back over the weekend and you will see lots of things going on during the course. Kelly and I will do you a live when we've done our setup so you can have a look as well. If you are visiting, do come and see me. We're very happy for you to come over and sit and have a go at doing some painting. So if you've never had a go at it, you're hovering, you want to, you don't know what to do, then please go and have a look. That would be great. We would be very pleased to see you. The gold members, we have badges for you. So if you are one of my gold members, do come across and pick up your badge so that everybody knows who you all are. The website's obviously open now. We will be dispatching up until Wednesday morning. And then after that, any further stuff that we need to send out will be halted while we keep everything here during the cake show, because we won't be here to do the mail order. So if you do particularly want stuff, you have until Wednesday. You can carry on ordering, but nothing will be sent. So just remember, between Wednesday and Monday next week, there will be no mail order at all. What else was I going to say? Don't forget as well, you can pre-order. So if you're coming to the cake show and you want your stuff at the cake show, as long as you do it by Tuesday and you write and email me and say, I am coming to the cake show, can I pick up my stuff on Saturday, Friday, whatever day it is, we will pack it and take it. We are not taking all of our cookie cutters and all of our moulds. None of this stuff will be coming to the cake show. The only stuff we'll be taking with us will be cocoa butter and kits, nothing else. So please make sure that if you want that stuff, that's pre-ordered, and then you won't pay your postage, because we will then, if you pay your postage at checkout, once it's ready and packed for the NEC, I will refund you the postage and you can collect it when you get there. So fingers crossed that should work. It normally does. We normally have lots of people ordering the stuff there. Someone's got their badge from last year. That's what I like to hear. Wear your gold member badge with pride. But yeah, if you're a new gold member or you've lost your badge, come and find me. We've got badges for you, so you can wear those, and it's lovely because it helps to identify all the other gold members and you can sit and have a little chat together. So do come and see me. We're more than happy to arm you up with a badge. So that's it for now. I will be back again in 2 weeks' time. Back on here, we'll start looking at snow globes and other bits and pieces. We've also got candy cane cookie cutters coming out, so they will be here by then, and we can have a look at those and address more Christmas. It's coming, everybody, whether you like it or not. It's been lovely to see you all. Thank you very much for this morning, and I will see you on 2 weeks' time or at Cake International, and so we'll be doing a variety of lives there. Thank you, Miss Kelly. She is there somewhere doing lots of comments for me. It's very helpful. If you have any questions, don't forget to please get in touch. We'd be more than happy to help you, either via this website or via the Facebook social media. The problem with social media is I then lose track of you, so please, I prefer you to go via the website so I can actually keep a track on you via the emails. And if you have any other questions, then you know where I am and I'm more than happy to help you. Have a lovely day, everyone. I will talk to you, Kelly Mann, in a minute, and I will see you all in the next 2 weeks' time. See you soon. Bye-bye.